Snow College is sponsoring the pregame show. And now as we start the game, Millard will be on the attack. They're going from north to south, from our left to right. They're in the blue uniforms, and North Summit in the white. Millard comes out in that pistol formation, it looks. Twins to the right side. And North Summit will be, it looks to be in a 4-3 alignment. And we'll see where they go. Cranny barking signals now, backs back up into the pistol. Snap comes back, handoff to Brunson off the right side, breaks to the outside. He's got blockers out there if he can get loose. Oh, missed block on the one, but a nice carry by Brunson as he takes it out over the 45-yard line, taken down by number 12 of North Summit, and that would be Ryan McMichael, the quarterback.
It almost looked like he had a lane a little bit more to the inside, and he kept trying to bounce it a little further to the outside, a little further to the outside. Did manage to turn the corner and pick up a good gain.
And that was one block away from a touchdown, actually, because he came outside to get a little bit of help blocking. Millard now goes to, looks like a power I, not the inverted bone. Handoff back to the running back, and that is Bartholomew as he goes off the left side. And he's going to get the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Millard Eagles. Now, normally Bartholomew comes in what I call their overload. I did not see that time if it was the overload formation. But it was a power I, and then they'll run him behind the two running backs, also into the power I side with the extra blocker. This time they go back to the standard inverted bone. I'll call it in motion across the formation. They give the little counter back to the inside, and that's going to be number 14, Heda Rubalcaba, as he moves it across to about the 45-yard line. And that's a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
It looks like Millard's trying to change their formations on every single play to kind of make it more difficult for North Summit to key on what it is they're going to run and where they're going to run it to.
And that is important for that very reason, to keep them off stride defensively. Now they line up in their 4-4 with Millard in the inverted bone. Turn and hand off to Brunson up the middle, veers back to the, and nice line search as he's going to move the ball ahead to the 40-yard line. They're reeling off about 5 yards of carry on every play here.
And like you mentioned, that offensive line pushed back North Summit's defensive group 5 yards just so that the running back could follow along behind them.
To bring up a third down and short, less than a yard here for the Millard Eagles as they're running plays in there. Have yet to throw the ball. We talk about their throwing ball the game and how it's opened things up, and they come up and run it 5 straight times. Inverted bone now, Cranny the quarterback. Double wide receiver. Paco Alcala in motion. That's Rubalcaba in motion. Handoff to Paco Alcala. He's going to move it across the spot on this side, puts it about the 38-yard line, which would be a first down. And indeed, they do give him the first down yardage.
Those two officials marking on one side and the other need to get it straight. There was about a yard difference between where they were each standing.
I think they averaged it out. The ball is now placed at the 39-yard line. 9:45 left in the first quarter, and Millard on a drive. 5 plays, 5 runs, 2 first downs, and they are in North Summit territory. In the inverted bone once again. Alcala in motion. Fake the ball. Pass out to the outside to Alcala. He catches the ball, but then steps out of bounds.
A little confusion there about which set of lines was inbounds and which were the sideline markers there, I think. But
play action to Alcala, and he goes out and catches the pass. And really the running backs out of the backfield, Alcala and Rubalcaba, have been the leading pass catchers for the Millard Eagles.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but it is nice to see throwing the ball, opening it up. And like you mentioned, now they can't just key on the run. They've got to, be honest with everything they're doing out there.
Line up once again in the inverted bone. No motion. Bartholomew back in the game. Runs the ball ahead to about the 30-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short of a first down as Bartholomew's second carry. Third down and 1, but I'm assuming this is 4-down territory. If they need 2 downs here to get it, I believe they'll try that. 9 minutes in the first quarter. First possession for the Millard Eagles. Once again in the inverted bone. Bartholomew with the tailback for Brunson. Alcala and Rubalcaba. Rubalcaba in motion to the left side. Pitch out to Bartholomew. Steps inside of a block. Into the secondary. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Bartholomew with a 30-yard touchdown run. No flags. That one will stay.
Great block there on Paco Alcala to spring that defensive end had come across hard, was standing right there waiting for it, and didn't even see Paco until it was too late.
One thing that we have to mention is the blocking on the outside by the wide receivers and the backs this year has been tremendous. Paco Alcala will be in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jesse Robinson, number 12, the backup quarterback. Snap is down, the kick is up. It looks pretty good from here, and it is. So that'll be a touchdown for the Millard Eagles as they go up with 8:39 left in the first quarter, 7-0. We'll go to the studio for a real quick timeout.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Forget that one. Welcome back to Millard High School. The kickoff by Paco Alcala sailed about 5 yards deep in the end zone. No run back on that one.
I almost went clear out the back of the end zone on the fly.
That was, and there's no wind aiding it, so that was all on his own there. Nice kick by Paco Alcala. This will be North Summit's first possession of the ball game, and I believe Ryan McMichael, the quarterback. And they're going to line up in a split backfield, looks like to me, a veer back formation. Slot to the right-hand side, tight into the left-hand side. Hand off to the first back through off that left side, and that's number 20, Baltazar Martinez. And we hope we get, that's number 22, Tristan Woolstenhume. And he picks up, it looks like, 3 yards on the play.
Looked like they were trying to set up a little bit of a give to the inside and run an option or a sweep around to this end, see if they come back to that.
They still run the option out of that formation, that split back formation. They can go either way with the option, still have it's the same thing Millard's trying to do with their pistols, is open things up a little bit. Handoff off the right side, this time by number 28, Carson Richens, who again is one of their main ball carrier, and he gets a nice hole on that right side, and they're just pounding straight ahead right now, trying to soften up the Millard Eagles.
Millard did that to North Summit to start the ball game. First 5 or 6 plays were runs and runs and runs, and North Summit's turning around and saying, if it works for you, let's see if it works for us.
3rd down and 2 for North Summit now. Ball handoff again. No fake it this time. Going to the outside. The quarterback, he's got one man to beat, and he trips and goes down in the arms of Paco Alcala. Nice fake by the quarterback, McMichael, as he comes off that left side.
And it's probably a good thing he slipped there because he cut back, and I think Paco probably would have missed him if he hadn't have fallen down.
And the thing you have to worry about, too, is not only that, but he had a running back with him. The option was still in play. Had he decided to pitch that out there, you got one man to beat, and that's the free safety. The corner and the outside linebacker were fooled with the fake. This time they're going to go double slots in pistol formation. They draw Millard off sides. That'll be good for 5. And North Summit now turning the table on Millard as they mix things up.
Pretty disciplined there, this early in the season to be able to go on second count there and pull Millard off.
5-yard penalty against the Millard Eagles. That'll give North Summit now a 1st and 5. Again, they go with double slots and a single setback. McMichael with the ball. Quick pass to the outside. A little quick screen out there is all that was to complete to number 33 on the reception, Carter Wardrop. And he's going to move the ball ahead. It's going to be right at the 1st down marker, a pickup of about 5 on the play.
And this will depend on which official they look at as far as where that ball gets spotted, too.
Yeah, they bring the white hat over. This is going to be a first down. Indeed, they give him the first down. So North Summit now moving the ball, and they waste no time in the huddle. They didn't worry about the placement of the ball. They're up there ready to go before the chains are even set. They're trying to keep the pressure on the Millard Eagles.
Kind of a hurry-up type offense.
Again, the single setback, pistol formation. Fake the handoff, throw it outside, complete on the screen of the inside. Little pick play out there, and it's complete. Is there a penalty flag down? They're blowing whistles and coming together for a confab.
Whistle, 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 but I don't see any yellow flags out there.
Well, I think they're going to discuss whether or not something was legal, then throw the flag if it wasn't. They're going to leave the ball there, so it's a completed pass. Did you get the number of the completion? I thought it was number
I didn't see it from here.
So that's a completion for 6 yards. We'll give it. Didn't get the number for sure, but that's a 2nd down and 4 for the North Summit Braves. Handoff inside, fake the handoff, quarterback keeper. He's going to be taken down by Daniel Whitaker in the backfield, loss of a yard. Nice play by Daniel Whitaker.
Now there's a yellow hanky out there.
Oh, boy. Okay, that came late.
Face mask.
Well, he hit him low. Hit something to the head. Okay, they're going to call personal foul, a hit to the head. I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either, but as the quarterback was going down, he was yelling at the official, pointed at one of the Millard kids that something must have gone on that he wasn't happy about, and the officials went for it.
That's another 15-yard penalty against the Millard Eagles. Second penalty, 20 yards total so far at this point. North Summit races to the ball, double slot, single setback. McMichael in the pistol. Going to be a quick pass to the outside. It's too big. Yeah, pass intended out there for number 23, Cameron Smith, and it falls incomplete.
That pass seemed to sail on him just a little bit, just a little tall. Receiver was there wide open, just was too tall for him.
He has kind of a different throwing motion. He kind of short arms the ball. That elbow's down, and it kind of short arms it. That one flew high, which will often do when you short arm that ball with that throwing motion. Again, they come up this time, go back to the split backs. Fake the handoff to the first back. Head is ripped off. We'll see if there's a penalty here.
There, it came in late.
That's one of those safety issues. The tackle was high. The helmet came flying off. The referee threw the penalty flag, and it's going to go against Millard. Personal foul. It'll be 15 yards once again.
There's a few new signals out here by these officials this year that I don't recognize. I know there's been a lot of emphasis on the protecting the players, protecting their heads.
Yeah. And I know you got to protect them, but I worry. It's a game of football, and we're taking too much out of it. Anyway, we'll be grateful they won't all be crazy in the head like some of us that played too many years and got dinged up. North Summit hurries again. This time they'll bring the slot to this left side of the ball and the split backs in the backfield. Coach Sheriff out on the field to try and get an explanation from Mr. Curtis, the referee, on what that call was and why it was the call that it was. McMichael under center. Takes a snap, goes back and pass, and rolling out to his left. Pass to the outside the flat, and that ball's going to be incomplete as it hit the ground. Nice driving attempt by number 23, Cameron Smith, but it falls incomplete.
And the referee was right there to get a good view of it, to see the fact that, yes, the ball skipped off the ground before he ever got it.
We do have video review up here. Mike Trena will have all the video review we need should it become necessary. He's our tech today. Normally he's the voice of high school athletics in this area, but he's running the machines today. His solo flight. We'll go back to a double slot, single setback. McMichael, the quarterback, in the shotgun position, pistol position as they call it nowadays. Barking out some signals both ways. Ooh, the handoff fake to the fullback. He was decked immediately. McMichael kept the ball. He's going to get some positive yardage, but that play blew up in a hurry. McMichael on the carry. And this time he moves the ball ahead 2, maybe 3 yards. We're going to call it 2.
The fullback probably wished, if he's going to get hit that hard, at least he had the ball in his hand if he's going to pay that price.
McMichael read that well, because had he handed that off, that was a 5-yard loss. The fullback, the single setback, didn't even get a chance to take a step, and he was hit. They're going to come out this time in trips to the left-hand side. A wide receiver short to the right side, pistol formation. And McMichael back to the ball, and whistle blows early. They're going to call this time offside or motion. Looks like offside motion against North Summit. So that'll be a -5 for North Summit. 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Millard ahead, 7-0. This is the first drive for North Summit, and it's been a good drive, aided by a couple of major penalties, but they've done well. They've mixed it up well. They've done some good things here, and they're keeping Millard a little bit off key with what they're doing.
And use up some clock in the process.
Yep. Once again, they're going to go trips to the left-hand side, single setback. McMichael in the shotgun, looking to throw to the outside, looks down the middle now, a little deeper. It's picked off by Cranny, the quarterback, playing corner. He tries to run it up, and now there's going to be another penalty against the Millard Eagles for a block in the back. But that was a pass that actually was the receiver never really saw it. It was behind him, and it hit Cranny right in the hands, and he held on.
And for North Summit, there were 2 receivers kind of in that vicinity. And the one that I think the quarterback was looking at wasn't really expecting the ball, and it went straight to Skylar Cranny.
And he was quick enough at least to hold on to it. But I think they're going to call a block in the back against the Millard Eagles on the return. Usually that's the flag they throw right there. That's a block in the back. And right now Millard is killing themselves with penalties. That's the 3rd major penalty against the Millard Eagles, plus the 5-yarder. So they've racked up 50 yards now in penalties in just the first quarter.
The good thing about it is they do get to keep the football this time.
Yeah, but they're down deep. This is right down on about the 8-yard line is where they will start this drive. And that's scary to be down that deep. Now, however, if they can run the ball as well as they did the first time, that won't be a problem. They're going to come out in the pistols with twins to the left side. Cranny in the quarterback. He's got Brunson and Alcala. They're looking to pass. They're going to go the swing to the outside. The pass to Brunson out there, well figured out by the North Summit Braves, and Jason Lowe on the tackle out there from his linebacker spot, not fooled at all, and Millard's going to lose yardage on that pass completion.
Looks about like a loss of 2 at least, and like you mentioned, North Summit was not fooled by that at all. We're standing right there waiting for him.
They threw to the Twins' side, and they're trying to run off all the interference with the Twins going down the field, and then throw that little loop to the outside out there. But this time, no one fooled. They're going to go with that pistol formation again. Twins to the right side this time, and Alcala and Brunson in the backfield behind Cranny. Cranny barking out the signals. Now takes the snap, handoff to Brunson. Got a big hole off that right side. Tries to get to the outside and loses some yardage that he could have had by trying to go to the outside. It's fine to get behind your blockers, but once in a while you just need to turn it up and get up the field.
Duck your head and go. There was a pretty big lane right there, and I think if he'd have got through it, like you mentioned, it would have been a bigger game, that's for sure.
Yeah, he picks up only 2 on the play, moves it back to a 3rd and 10 now as he picks up the 2 lost on the swing pass. But that was one of those cases where that's just too much yardage to get to the outside. You got to get it up the field, square your pads, and get what you can get. They're going to go with the Twins to the left-hand side this time. Bartholomew and Rubalcaba looks like in the backfield with Cranny. High snap. Cranny comes down with it and saves the snap. He's going to be hit in the backfield, though he had nothing else he could do, really, saving that snap, which nearly went over his head. And Cranny's going to get some yardage. Not a lot. It'll move the ball out to about the 10-yard line, and it'll be 4th down and about 8.
And we would assume that the punt team will be coming on to kick this away.
Well, yeah, in this position, I don't think this is 4-down territory. Paco Alcala will come in to kick. Back to receive for North Summit, number 28, Carson Richens. High punt is going to come down to Richens. Oh, there's another major penalty. Bartholomew runs right over the receiver. That's illegal in a lot of different ways right there. So Millard again continues to hurt themselves drastically with major penalties. That'll be at least, well, that's a 15-yard walk-off, I believe.
And it'll put North Summit, inside the 40-yard line?
Down inside the 35, I believe it'll be. Yep. And that's kind of roughing the fair catch and pushing the fair catch and all sorts of things. Anyway, North Summit's already up with a play as they continue to try and push the action here. We've seen too much of that, the Millard Eagles. That's only a 10-yard walk-off. I apologize for that. But still, the yardage, penalty yardage is racking up now. They've got more penalty yardage almost than they've got offensive yardage.
Yeah, if we were keeping track of it, it might be a wash right now.
Now North Summit comes up kind of in the wishbone. It's a tight wishbone. Power to the right-hand side on the carry, number 24 for North Summit, which must be the wrong number because I don't have a 24 on my roster. Tackled by the linebacking core of the Millard Eagles on that right-hand side, a pickup of about 2, maybe 3. Make that number 23 for North Summit, Cameron Smith. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 now as they stay in the wishbone alignment. McMichael under center, looking for the quick pass to the outside, number 23 on the reception, taken down on a short gain there by Kevin Mao as he moves the ball up towards the 30, looks like about the 33-yard line is where they're going to spot that. And that will bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
The interesting thing with that play is on the snap, only 2 people moved, the quarterback and the receiver. The running backs kind of stood up and kind of said, we don't have to do anything on this one.
Well, that's a quick screen to the outside. It's not really even a screen, it's just a quick pass. Same formation, wishbone, 3rd down and 5. Hand off the second man through. He's hit at the line. He strips off one and then is knocked down by Heda Rubalcaba and also by number 28. Is that Rodriguez? Rodriguez also. He's going to get a short gain of 1. It's a decision time now for North Summit. They go for this or they punt this. 4th down. Punt really does you no good here.
Yeah, I was going to say most teams are not going to be able to put the ball anywhere near other than in the back of the end zone from this distance.
So they'll go trips left now and wide receiver short right. Single setback. Ball comes back. Penalty flag out. It's late, but I think they're going to say Millard stepped off sides. One of the defensive linemen kind of came out of his crouch and fell forward.
North Summit came to the line with their lineman standing upright. Quarterback barked a signal, and the lineman went down. And
they're going to call the procedure that's what drew the Millard player off. Did not see that. So that's a 5-yard penalty. Now you may want to think of a coffin corner kick.
Or even to kick it out of the back of the end zone so Millard can't return it.
Yeah, because you gain 20 yards on that if you do. 11 seconds left. Looks like they may let the first quarter run out here as they try to make that decision. McMichael does come back to the huddle, but I don't think they're getting this one off in this quarter. As indeed the quarter runs out, so that's the end of the first quarter with the score 7-0 for the Millard Eagles. We'll be back in 1 minute.
What's inside your kid? A teacher, an engineer, a musician, an accountant, a doctor, or maybe a scientist? Your kid has what it takes to excel and succeed, but they may not know it. You can help them unlock their potential and find out what's inside. Partner up with their teachers and coaches. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Welcome back to Millard High School. As we get ready to start the second quarter, to set you up again, it's 7-0 for the Millard Eagles. North Summit has it a 4th and 9 from the Millard 38-yard line, 37-yard line, as North Summit looks to be going for it as they have twins both ways. Now they put a man in motion, looking back. Now they're going to go deep on the lob pass deep, and it's going to be hit out of bounds, I believe, when he hit the ball. So that's going to be an incomplete pass. Nice coverage on the play by Kevin Mao.
A quarterback for North Summit just needed to get that just a little bit more upfield, and I think it would have gone for a touchdown.
He certainly had the height advantage over Kevin Mao out there. Interesting stat in the first quarter. Millard had 59 yards rushing, 5 yards passing for a total of 64 yards and 60 yards penalties. So they had a gain of 4 yards in the first quarter because of all the penalties.
Let's see what they can do now in the second quarter if they can get that straightened around and just have positive yards.
Third possession now for the Millard Eagles. Quick pitch to the outside to Brunson. He's got some blockers out there. Cuts back inside. Much better job that time of cutting behind the blockers. He's going to be taken down by number 23 of the North Summit Braves. That's Cameron Smith, but not before a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Millard Eagles at the Millard 43-yard line. I like it when they play right here. You can tell where the ball is and you can see things.
They get a little bit more upfield. I got a part of a window in my frame in my view. I can't see what's going on.
It skews all the angles. Millard comes back to the line of scrimmage now with twins to the right side. Granny in the pistol. High snap again. He finally does get the ball into the hands of Paco Alcala, but the high snap, he just about didn't get it there. That was fraught with danger right there.
And Paco did manage to pick up part of a yard at least. Positive.
Moves the ball ahead to the 44-yard line. Yeah, pickup of a couple, like you said. It'll be 3rd down now and about 3 yards to go for a 1st down. And after that first series of downs for Miller, they're having a hard time reestablishing the mojo.
Trying to find something that's going to work and haven't found it yet.
They've got to get that center snap fixed before it becomes disastrous for them. They come up in the inverted bone. Motion this time, Alcala across to the right. Handoff on the counter to Rubalcava. He's going to get it across the 45, about to the 46, but he's going to come up about a yard short. Decision time. And once again, the officials are different on both sides. But they're going to put it down at the 46. They've got to get to the 47 for a 1st down.
Like you mentioned, one official had almost another yard forward, and the one on this side was short a yard.
Now this is putting supreme confidence in your young men, telling them get that 1 yard. I got all the confidence in the world, and they have gone overloaded to the right-hand side. They are in the power I with Bartholomew as the tail. They have motion though. This is going to come back as they fumble the ball anyway. But because that's motion in the backfield, that's a live ball, and if North Summit's on it, they'll have it.
Depends on how they're pointing North Summit football.
If it's motion in the backfield, that's a live play. Illegal shift, which it is. Both backs are in motion. They'll decline that and take the ball, would be my guess. In fact, it is. It's going to be a fumble. Turnover now goes 1 apiece. An interception for Millard and a fumble recovered by North Summit puts North Summit in great position once again at the 45-yard line of the Millard Eagles.
And again, North Summit races the line. They're ready to go, and the officials are telling them they got to wait because they're not ready.
Pitch to the running back, number 22, out of the backfield, out of the wishbone formation. He moves the ball across the line of scrimmage. Tristan Wolstenhume will take it down to about the 36-yard line. A pickup of about 9 on that play.
You know, and looking at the stats, Tristan Wolstenhume doesn't have a lot of carries, but his yardage, he's averaging almost 9 yards per carry. Almost got it there again.
They're going to say that's an 8-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd down as they stay. North Summit stays in that wishbone formation. This time they'll give to the second back through. Bounces to the outside. He's got running room. Breaks a tackle. He's off to a touchdown. 5. Touchdown by number 35, and that's Jason Lowe with the touchdown.
Pretty good execution there on the behalf of North Summit. Make a little crease, open lane, and the running back just followed right through it.
Yeah, the offensive lineman did a great job of closing that down and closing down a lane and letting him bounce to the outside. Nice job of following his blocks. Now they will be in to attempt the extra point and to tie this game up. The kick is up and looks to be good by number 3, Gonzalo Portillo, and that'll tie the game at 7 apiece with 8:59. We'll go back to the studio for a quick timeout.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
The kickoff is caught by Austin Wardle, and he'll return it back to about the 30-yard line. Austin Wardle on the return. Gonzalo Portillo kicked the ball, and it was a short kick. And Austin Wardle will give it Millard the 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
You know, with that kick, you mentioned it was a short kick, but it was awful high. It gave North Summit's defenders time to get down the field and be there as he caught the ball, basically.
8:51, again 7-7 as North Summit was successful on that last drive of theirs. Millard in the inverted bone this time. I'll call it in motion. Fake the first handoff, give to the second, and that's going to be Brunson, and he's going nowhere in that situation as he's going to get half a yard maybe, is Brunson on that one.
Just basically across the marking there for the line.
And North Summit's not having much trouble when Millard goes to the inverted bone. They've got that pretty well scouted out, it looks like, and they're shutting that down.
Yeah, they were standing there just waiting for him to show up.
It brings them back down into their 4-4 alignment and puts 8 people in the box and gives them some strength up in there. Millard again in the inverted bone, but this time they're going to go out of the pistol formation with the quarterback granny. He'll drop back to pass, looking deep. He's got a man out there if they even get to the ball, and it's going to fall incomplete. The ball intended for Wardle out there, and falls incomplete. Looked like he had a step and a chance to catch it, and it went right over his shoulder. So that'll fall incomplete.
Ball was a little high and hung in the air, and that gave the defensive back for North Summit time to get back underneath it and get back in position because, like you mentioned, Austin did have him beat by 3 or 4 steps. It just took too long for the ball to get there.
That'll bring up a critical 3rd down and 9 now from the Millard 31-yard line. Again, they're going to go split bone. Option to the right side, pitch to Brunson, and Brunson going nowhere. In fact, there's going to be a loss on the play as the corner out there defeated the blocker and actually made the play. Good job by North Summit, and it'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 11. And it'll be a punt formation for the Millard Eagles as you got Paco Alcala back in punt formation. Snap is back. Another whistle blows.
Somebody go too early there or what?
Illegal motion on Millard as they continue to rack up the yardage in penalties at least. And they now have more penalty yards than they do offensive yards. So they'll line up and try it again. Paco Alcala still in punt formation. Snap comes back. Nearly blocked. Oh, he's going to fake and try and get the call, but they're not giving that to him. The ball hits and rolls. Paco Alcala still down, acting like he got nailed. I think that's one of those soccer things. The ball comes across midfield. It'll be at the North Summit 34 where it finally comes down. So it results in a very effective punt.
Yeah, Paco is kind of limping around out there like he might have twisted an ankle or got a little banged up on that play.
That's that soccer mentality. You roll around on the field, on the grass until somebody finally gets in trouble for it, and then you get up and you're fine. But in football, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work this time. Let's see what happens the next time, though. Maybe the official will buy it the next time.
North Summit with the ball now at their own 35-yard line, 34-yard line, in the bone. Straight ahead blocking, power off the right-hand side. Looks to be going nowhere as that's shut down over there. In on that is Kevin Mao in the middle of that thing. He's the smallest player on the field, but looks like he shut that down for no gain.
So held his ground there and kind of gave the rest of his teammates time to get there to help with that tackle.
It'll be a 2nd down and 10 now for North Summit. 6:59 to go in the first half. This time they'll go back to the double slots. Pistol formation. Motion across from left to right. Quick pitch handoff to the motion man. Hit immediately at the line of scrimmage by Rubalcaba, and then finished off by number 7 for the Millard Eagles. That's Dane Myers. And a gain of a yard we'll give him on that one.
Officials actually gave him almost 2, it looks like.
That's a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot for them. It'll bring up now a 3rd down and 8. Long 8. Again, double slot motion across the formation. Fake that handoff, looking deep. Tries to slant. Oh, nice hit on the slant. That was a completion, except for the hit by Kevin Mao. Jarred that ball loose. He saved a 1st down with that hit right there. And number 23 is getting up slow. That's Cameron Smith. A heck of a hit. Again, Kevin Mao is a small one, but he hit hard on that one.
He made sure he made the Cameron Smith pay the price for that, and I'm not sure Cameron Smith's going to want to run another inside route like that.
Well, you got to put the fear in their mind defensively, so they don't want to come in your area. Again, a 1st down saving tackle by Kevin Mao. Back to punt of the Braves. The punt is going to come down about the 25, and it's going to go sideways from there, and Millard will let it roll, and it'll be dead at the 22-yard line, where Millard will take over 1st and 10. And again, other than the first drive, Mike, Millard has done nothing offensively.
They can't find what's going to work for them tonight, and what they think is going to work. They try it. North Summit standing right there saying, okay, run that again. We like that.
Field position since that first drive has not been kind to Millard either, and I think they're worried, and it's taken away some of what they've been trying to do.
A little bit more cautious because they don't want to turn it over so deep in their own territory.
Millard will have a 1st and 10 there in the inverted bone. Motion comes to the outside, back to pass is Cranny. He's being rushed, and he's going to go down in a heap back there, attacked by number 32, Corbin Roof. And Millard will take a timeout as Coach Sheriff, it looks like maybe he's a little upset. So we'll go back to studio for a quick timeout.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Are you ready for a weekend away? Jorgensen's Honda is the place to start. They carry a full line of RVs to make that trip a lasting memory. With models like Yellowstone, Conquest, Amerilite, and Canyon Trail, you can find the perfect fit. For great fun and comfort, check out the full line of RVs at Jorgensen's Honda. Dennis or Mike can help you out. Stop by today at 980 South Coveview Road in Richfield, or give them a call at 435-896-6408.
Back here to Millard High School. Again, that was a 2nd down play. If you're just joining us, 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Millard and North Summit tied 7-7. 2nd down play is a handoff to Brunson up the left-hand side. He picks up about 6 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 now.
Pretty good carry there if it had been a first and 10 instead of a 2nd and 15.
Millard now comes out in the inverted bone. They put a man in motion across the formation. Back to passes, Cranny. Quick across the middle. Goes in and out of the hands of Alcala. and will fall incomplete, bringing up a 4th down and 12.
I think McMichaels for North Summit probably had a better chance of catching that than Millard did.
Yeah, it went right through Alcala's hands and dropped into McMichael, and he was not able to hold on to it. You're right. That'll put Paco Alcala back in punt formation once again, deep in his own territory, standing about his 9-yard line. Snap comes back end over end. Kick comes up, it's end over end. Not as deep this time unless it takes a bounce. It hit one of the North Summit players in the foot. It hit him in the back. He was running downfield to block, and it looked like it hit him in the back, and the official on this side did not see it.
Let's see if his buddy across the field is going to come help him out.
Did not see it. Hit him right in the foot and did not see it, so it'll be North Summit ball at the 50-yard line. They're trying to plead their case, but
hit him right on the back of the ankle.
Right on the back of the foot. And Millard jumped on it. North Summit just stood around, and the official didn't see it. I guess they're human too, eh?
They don't have eyes in the back of their head, so.
North Summit will come out in the double slots now. McMichael, the quarterback, put motion across the formation, fakes the quick pitch. McMichael off the right-hand side. He's going to carry in the gap there, and has a nice gain by McMichael, taken down by Cranny and Whitaker, but not before a gain of about 7 yards on the play.
I kind of wondered when they ran that quick pitch off of the motion inside 3 or 4 plays ago if they weren't going to come back to having the quarterback keep it, because as he turned the edge, there was not a Millard player anywhere to be found.
Kind of freezes those linebackers. They have to sit and wait and see what happens there. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3, a long 3, not quite 4. Wishbone formation for North Summit as they continue to mix up their formations. Oh, well, that's probably illegal, just slightly, I'm afraid.
If he had turned a little to the right and come towards us, he'd have been okay. But
I think he wanted to be a pulling guard right there. Young man jumps. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against North Summit. However, penalties have not been anywhere near as difficult for North Summit as they have been for the Millard Eagles. It'll move it back 5. It'll be a 2nd down now and 8. Or obviously we had our math off a little bit there. It went from a 2nd down and 4 to a 2nd down and 8.
Or the officials took longer steps one way or the other.
Yeah. North Summit in the double slots. Again, as I mentioned, they are mixing up their formations very well. In motion back across. Pass is going to be a deep pass down the sideline. Paco Alcala was the only one possible to catch that ball, and he did catch it as he overthrew the receiver quite a ways. And it falls into the hands of Paco Alcala.
Now let's see if Millard can capitalize on that turnover and get something going here on the offensive side of the ball.
The passing game for both sides has really deserted both sides. They are running teams. They've had success with the passing, but for tonight, it's deserted them both. Millard again back deep in their own territory, though, inside their own 20 at the 18-yard line. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this first half. And a 7-7 tie in an important region ball game. Millard's going to go in the pistol formation. Single setback, trips to the right-hand side. Motion to the right-hand side. Fake the handoff. Roll out to his left. Got this intermediate receiver. He's open up, and he finally, I think, he leaves it on the field. As a ball dropped. And again, Paco Alcala has had tremendous hands for the Millard Eagles this year, but that's the second one he's now dropped.
And, on his behalf, I think just as he was trying to get into his fingertips, a North Summit player came up and gave him a pretty good shot just as he went to the ground.
Yep. He bobbled a little bit, and they took him out. But, those are the kind you got to catch right there. If the passing game is going to help you, that has to happen right there. Millard will now go in the double setback, the twins to the right-hand side. Cranny barking signals once again. Austin Wardle on the left side alone. Quick handoff to Brunson, cuts back to the inside. No going there. Penalty flags come flying out from 2 different people. So is this 2 different fouls, or is it one together?
Maybe they'll be offsetting and Millard kind of end up on the better side of this.
Gain of about a yard on the play, but the penalty is the thing here. We'll see what happens. Face mask, North Summit. So that'll be a major against North Summit. Or will it be the incidental 5-yarder? This time it's the incidental 5-yarder, not the major. Personal foul. Well, looking at the replay, it's not that big of a deal. He was already basically down. So anyway, it'll bring up a second down now as you get the down over. That's the important part. And it'll be a second down and about 3. Overload formation. That thing's not doing much. It did the first time they run it, but since then it hasn't done much of anything. As Bartholomew on the carry, and he's going to pick up, well, it looks like they're going to get a yard.
Still, what do we got? Third down and
It'll be
3.
third down and 3. A long 3, short 4. Need to get more out of that. That overload. Again, the first time they run that, Bartholomew ran crazy on it. In fact, the second time he got a touchdown out of it. But since then, the overload does not seem to be bothering North Summit. This is a point in time they have to go on the extensions of the overload.
North Summit's kind of figured out what to do when Millard sets up in that formation.
Reverse to Brunson back to this side, but he's got no blockers. He's in trouble back here, and he's going to be taken down and thrown out of bounds easily by number 20, Baltazar Martinez. And he's going to lose yardage on the play as they try to run the reverse on that one, and it goes nowhere as he's got no blockers, no help, and it'll be a loss on the play.
Fourth down and looks like about 6 yards to go.
So back into punt once again is Alcala, standing at his own 10-yard line. That's an interesting end-over-end punt snap that they get. Nice punt by Alcala. It's going to come down at the 30, bounce to the 25.
And falls down.
And the man will take the ball there and then fall down immediately. Number 28 slips and falls down, Carson Richens. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the North Summit Braves at that point.
Almost looked like on that play he caught that, took 2 steps, looked up, saw all the Millard blue shirts there, and like, I think I'll just take a knee.
Well, you got to say thank you to the grounds crew for making things too wet or too hard out there. North Summit will have it, and all the offensive action that was so fun to begin with has kind of deteriorated and not much of anything. Millard's going to take a timeout. That's their second. Let's go back to studio for a quick timeout also.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
Back to Millard High School as we get ready now for North Summit's possession. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left in this first half. North Summit with the ball, and penalty flag again.
Immediately,
they're going to call this one on North Summit, a 5-yarder for motion.
You know, Millard had all the penalties in the first quarter. Maybe North Summit will pick up a few more in the second quarter here and even things back out.
Well, so far Millard has had 1 penalty for a -5. North Summit's had 3. But the difference between the Millard penalties in the first quarter and the North Summit penalties in the second quarter, Millard's were majors. The North Summits are 5-yarders.
Yeah, the penalties on Millard kind of allowed North Summit to keep possession of the ball for 2 or 3 different times and allowed them to score a touchdown.
1st and 15 now for North Summit. Double slots. Looking to pass. Rich pass to the outside. Complete out there. Tackle by Cranny. Ball was complete to number 20, Baltazar Martinez. That's a pickup of about 7 yards they're going to give him, looks like.
Good pickup there.
Move the ball to the 31-yard line now, 2nd down and 8. Again, the double slots. McMichael, the quarterback, drops back to pass once again. He's being pressed out of the backfield. He's going to keep it and run, looks like. He's going to get down that sideline, and good yardage as he's going to move the ball up to about the 46, 47-yard line. Knocked out of bounds finally by Cole Watcott over there. but not before he picks up enough for the first down.
Almost 12 yards there on that pickup for a broken play.
And his ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line now. Nice run by McMichael.
And here comes North Summit sprinting to the line again. No sooner does the official set it down, and North Summit's there ready to go.
Trips to the right side this time, looking that way. Little screen to the outside, falls incomplete. And again, that's one of those that Alcala, had he been looking up, pass was to him, no one else.
I think he was more intent on delivering a blow to the receiver than he was where the ball was at.
He did deliver the blow. There's no question about that. He stuck him pretty good. An incomplete pass. Now it'll bring up a second down and 10 for North Summit. 1 minute, 33 seconds left in this second quarter. We'll be bringing you the Southern Utah University halftime show in just a moment. North Summit with twins to both sides. Back to pass, quick screen to the outside. Number 35 cuts back inside, picks up a block, and will be taken down by a number of Millard Eagles. Number 35 on the reception is Jason Lowe, and North Summit will call timeout, and we'll go back to studio.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Millard's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Back to pass is McMichael. He's looking deep, but that's out there too far for everybody. That's going incomplete as that was thrown way deep. There was contact in the secondary, but that ball was thrown so far I don't think the official dared throw that flag.
No, it was like 10 yards over the receiver's head. Nobody had a chance to catch that one, but it's interesting to note that, even though you got a minute or two left in the quarter, North Summit's gone almost exclusively to the passing game.
That'll bring up a fourth down now and about 5. And I'm sure, I would assume, now North Summit's going to run their punt team out there. And I think that's the safe play right now is kick it deep. Don't go for it here and give Millard a chance to score something quick. Go ahead and kick it deep. Austin Wardle will be back to receive the kick. Cranny is sneaking back with him. The snap comes down. The quick
low line drive and a good bounce.
Caught it about the 6-yard line. Wardle beats one tackle, beats another, just about gets to the outside. Tripped up, though, there by a number 44 for North Summit, saving a big gain. That's Logan Rex. And Millard will have it 1st and 10, but again, bad field position for most of the playbook.
And only a minute left to go in the quarter, so I would imagine they'll be pretty conservative here.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those you do not want to do something crazy and give them a quick score just before half. Nothing worse than 7-7 at halftime is where you want to go with this. About the 18-yard line for the Millard Eagles. They come out in their inverted bone formation. It looks like it's overloaded a little bit to the right side. It is overloaded. Motion now to the right side. But they're going to counter back to the left side out of that formation. Rubalcaba with a nice run as he twists and turns and gets some yardage. Finally goes out of bounds. They're going to say he was actually stopped inbounds, however. The clock will continue to run. And the ball will be placed at about the 23-yard line, a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. That was a lot of hard running for 6 yards there by Rubalcaba as he was being bounced around pretty good.
And a lot of time run off the clock in the meantime.
Second down now and about 4. Broken the bone. Fake the handoff. Rolling out to his left is Cranny. Goes to the pass inside, and it's going to be incomplete. As the pass intended out there, I'm not sure if that was to Rubalcaba or to Alcala. Rubalcaba got knocked down, and Alcala was a little bit closer to the pass, but Either way, it's incomplete.
And I think if Rubalcaba hadn't got knocked down, he probably had a chance to make a play on that ball.
But no call by the officials, and Millard has not completed a pass in the second quarter. Third down now. That stops the clock at 25, and that's the problem with passing down there is if you don't run this clock out and you got a punt, then North Summit has a chance for great field position. Inverted bone, I'll call it in motion. Hand off the right-hand side to Rubalcaba. He moves the ball out to about the 27, it looks like it's going to be. That will not be enough for a first down, I don't believe.
And North Summit's going to take a timeout.
North Summit with the timeout, so we'll go quickly back to the studio.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck. Reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Rubalcaba's kick will come down at about the 35. It'll roll to about the 30, where the ball will be blown dead. North Summit did not attempt to run that back. There'll be 2 seconds left on the clock, and North Summit will have one play here.
And we'll probably just take a knee would be my guess here with 2 seconds and a tie ball game.
Go for broke. Drop back and throw it 40 yards.
Yeah,
go for broke.
Fumble it and let Millard pick it up and run it in for a touchdown. Millard fans would appreciate that.
In just a few seconds or minutes, we will be here with the SUU halftime show. Again, to 7-7 tie, 2 seconds left in this half. North Summit comes up in a tight formation. McMichael under the ball, and it looks like it's going to be one of those kneel-down things. Double tight, double wing, single setback, and McMichael will kneel down, and that'll be it for the second quarter in the first half. 7-7 tie here at Millard High School between North Summit and Millard High School. Let's go back to studio for 3 minutes.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger. Get a free Oreo ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr. For a limited time at participating restaurants. Limit 1 per customer with purchase of Texas Barbecue Thick Burger combo. Oreos is a registered trademark of Kraft Foods.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Foodtown in Fillmore. Dwayne's Foodtown prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Foodtown, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Well, welcome back. This is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Louder bringing you the SUU halftime show here at the Millard High School and the North Summit High School football game in Northern Division action. We've got 100 young ladies on the field as they're doing the little mini drill team thing. Always a highlight for the fans and the people in the small communities, as most towns do this little thing. And it's kind of fun for all these young ladies to get out there and have their moment of fame at this point in time. We've got a couple that have escaped on the north end down there. 3 of them, they're running for freedom.
They'd rather be out there playing football than dancing, it looks like.
And again, this is this SUU halftime program. We appreciate SUU for all that they do for high school athletics and Southern Utah, Central Utah athletics. A lot of tournaments held down there, and through the years they've been very, very good. But beyond that, what a great opportunity for a great education there at Southern Utah University in Cedar City as they continually strive to be the best in the academic world also. Just some thoughts quick before we go to any statistics. First half, Mike.
We mentioned before the game got started that we were kind of anticipating a good ball game, a close ball game, and an exciting ball game. And we've probably got a couple of those. I'm not sure you could say this one was very exciting. Millard kind of had that big run to start the football game off, and then North Summit had one a few series later, and that's been about it.
It really has. It started out crisp, but then got real sloppy, and has continued that way through most of the second quarter. It's also a game that we mentioned was kind of a barometer, really, to try and figure out for both of these teams where they really are. Whether they're ready for the big times or whether their games thus far have been, indication really of nothing yet. And so far, I don't think much has been proven by either squad or either program. It is 7-7 at halftime. Both touchdowns scored on long runs, and we'll get to that in a minute. But other than that, a lot of penalties, a lot of incomplete passes, a lot of missed assignments, and a lot of negativeness. So we'll be back with some statistics in 3 minutes. Let's go back to the studio for 3 more minutes. Do you have any games to pass on?
That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. They've still got little ones running all over.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, You got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger. Get a free Oreo ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr. For limited time at participating restaurants. Limit 1 per customer with purchase of Texas Barbecue Thick Burger combo. Oreos is a registered trademark of Kraft Foods.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Welcome back to Millard High School. Again, tonight's action between North Summit Braves and the Millard Eagles. We are at halftime. This is the Southern Utah University halftime report. And again, we appreciate Southern Utah University for all that they do for the programs. Some quick statistics, and they're not really good. The first quarter for Millard offensively was pretty good. 59 yards rushing, 5 yards passing. 2 for 2 completion rate, but with the quarter ending, the second quarter was not real good. They amassed only 26 yards rushing in the second quarter, so they have 85 yards total rushing yards, and they did not complete a pass in the second quarter. They were 0 for 4 in the second quarter, so at halftime they are 2 for 6 for 5 yards passing, for a total of 90 yards on the game at this point in time.
And we had how many yards in penalties first quarter?
In penalty yards, they have minus 65. So they have a margin of what, 30 yards? 35 yards? 25 yards. You're the math man. So only 25 yards positive yardage in the first half for the Millard Eagles. Now, for the North Summit in the first quarter, they didn't do real well. They only had a total of 22 yards rushing and 3 of 6 for 14 yards passing. So not real good, but the second quarter was much kinder to them, but mainly on the basis of a 35-yard touchdown run. But they ended up with 86 yards total rushing. Millard was 85 yards total rushing. North Summit threw the ball 13 times as opposed to Millard's 6. They did complete 5 for a total of 26 yards, so they have a total of 112 yards to Millard's 90. In the penalty yardage, they had 5 penalties, but they were all 5-yarders, so you subtract the 25. So not real spectacular yardage-wise in this first half.
And, you know, you'd think, well, with that type of yardage that it'd be a defensive-type battle, but having watched it, I'm not even sure you could classify it as a defensive battle.
Well, I think North Summit's defense, after the first couple of drives for the Millard Eagles, they slapped down on Millard, and they stopped them because the number of rushes for the Millard Eagles, they've got 20, 25 rushes for those 85 yards. They're not doing real well.
No.
So let's go back to the studio now for a quick timeout, and then we'll be back. For those of you on the TV, we got some highlights we're going to run to you on the big plays in the first half.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
What's inside your kid? A teacher, an engineer, a musician, an accountant, a doctor, or maybe a scientist. Your kid has what it takes to excel and succeed, but they may not know it. You can help them unlock their potential and find out what's inside. Partner up with their teachers and coaches. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Center, healing for life.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
Welcome back. We are at the Southern Utah University halftime show. Millard is back on the field. North Summit has yet to get here. Mr. Louder, Mike Louder's got some scores to pass along of interest.
And not sure how up-to-date these are. These are just what came across. Kanab 34-7 over Whitehorse. South Summit 21, Summit Academy 10. Beaver 21-7 over Grand. San Juan 34-0 over Parowan. Enterprise 21-0 over South Sevier. That's it for what's been posted so far.
Interesting scores. Again, we said that, Beaver's going to have a part to play in all of this, and weren't quite sure where San Juan was at, but it's starting to shape itself out now and getting some more updates and things like that as the games go on. So some highlights for you in the first half. Millard's only touchdown was scored by Kyle Bartholomew in that overload formation. It was a 35-yard touchdown, a 30-yard touchdown, as you see it on the TV there. Goes off that left-hand side behind some good blocking, cuts back to the inside and races to the end zone. A nice play for the Millard Eagles, and at that point, Millard looked like they had everything going their way.
Yeah, momentum was on their side and looked like they were going to be off to a good win tonight.
As far as then North Summit began to come on had a nice drive of their own going, until all of a sudden the ball was thrown a little bit behind a receiver, and Cranny picks it off and runs to the outside and finally is taken out of bounds. But a nice interception by Cranny to stop the first good drive of the North Summit Braves. Then the fumble recovery, again, Millard kind of shooting themselves in the foot. They had a penalty there, but beyond that, it's a live ball because the backs can be in motion if they reset. But because he didn't reset, that was a live ball fumbled and recovered by North Summit. A turnover by for Millard. Then the only touchdown by North Summit, a 35-yard scamper, second back through, jumps to the outside, breaks one tackle, then races to the end zone and gives them their only score. Millard then, a little bit later, tries to get something going, and they're going to be sacked deep in their own territory, and it just kind of kills everything. Millard was unable to really get much of anything going after that first drive, and particularly in that second quarter, there was just nothing there. And then a critical play against or not in favor of the Millard Eagles, a punt by Alcala. As you can see, the return man for the blocker actually for North Summit going down the field, did not know where the ball was. It hit off his ankle, bounced backwards. Millard jumped on it, but the officials never saw it. So it was marked down at the 50-yard line, and North Summit retained possession. That could have been a huge change for the Millard Eagles, because after that first drive, they didn't really have any kind of field position whatsoever.
And no real excitement to speak of either. You know, as the ball game's gone on, they got that first score earlier in the ball game. Hey, you know, kind of as if, hey, we've got this taken care of. We can just coast now. North Summit kind of woke up, made some good plays, got back into the ball game, and then it's kind of gone back and forth since then.
So after one half of play, we've proven nothing. And a whole lot more to be determined here by the Millard Eagles and the North Summit Braves. I do feel like North Summit, after, the end of the first quarter basically, was the much more effective team both offensively and defensively, and was able to get some things going on both sides of the ball, while Millard was fumbling for trying to find some momentum and just trying to stay alive. North Summit will have the ball first here as we start this second half. Alcala will be in to kick. He sends this one. It's not going to be as deep. Comes down about the 10, bounces high, and was taken down there. Run to the right-hand side, cut back to the middle, and then smothered as the ball carrier. And that'll bring the ball out to about the 26-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. And there's a penalty flag down. I've seen no indication yet who this is on.
Motion was like a spiking motion going down. I have no idea what that is.
Well, I looked at one point like somebody was tapping their lower leg, which would be a low block. Personal foul, Millard. And they're going to call the coach out and explain it. But here again, Millard starts with one of those major penalties, a 15-yarder right off the bat on the kickoff, taking what was a pretty good play by the return team, the kickoff team, and gives North Summit now excellent field position, as this is going to start their first drive out about the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for North Summit. Millard is their own worst enemies.
Have been tonight.
In a game of this magnitude, you know, they need to be crisp and make things go right. You can't afford mistakes. Wishbone formation now for North Summit. Reverse handoff to the right-hand side, second back through. Pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Carrying on the play, number 22 for North Summit, Tristan Wolstenhume.
I think he was the one that had the punt return, or the kickoff return there. Pick up a good yardage as well.
Our stats don't prove true because Wolstenhume's had most of the carries tonight. In the stats that we had, he hadn't carried it all that much, only 8 carries on the year. Again, second back through as they just run out of that wishbone formation. He squirts to the right-hand side, but is met by a lot of tacklers there, and is going to be taken down on that right-hand side. I believe that's number 35, Jason Lowe, for a short gain.
It's almost as if North Summit's figured, hey, Millard's keying on our key runners. Let's give somebody else a couple tries, see if we can get something for them tonight.
It'll bring up a third down and about 4 now for the North Summit Braves, as they are right at midfield at 49-yard line of North Summit. They break the bone now and go twins to the left-hand side. Option to the right-hand side. Quarterback keeps, and he's hit at the line, but he powers forward across midfield and down to about the 46. And that was a great individual effort by McMichael as he gets enough for the first down.
He just wanted it more than the Millard defense there.
And that'll give them a 1st and 10 now at the Millard 46. And again, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and powered through the tackle. Drug a tackler with him. Just 1st and 10.
Lunge and a little bit of extra effort and picked up the first down.
North Summit now goes back to the wishbone formation. Again, reverse pivot handoff, second back, and again, that's that handoff on the backside to Wolstenhume, I believe, just like they did on the first possession, or first play in the second half. This time he's going to pick up a little bit more, as he's going to get about 5 yards on that carry. Didn't look that big.
No, I thought it was a pickup of 1 or 2 at that, and the referee, nice spot there.
And if we wanted to be critical, we would,
maybe generous spot.
Yeah. I was thinking that the calls have not gone Millard's way tonight. Wishbone formation again, same play, reverse handoff, give to Wolstenhume off the right-hand side. He beats one tackler, beats another one, finally taken down over there, short gain on the play. It'll move the ball ahead to the 41-yard line as Wolstenhume picks up maybe 1 yard on that play.
Same play opposite side of the field, wasn't it?
Same play, same side of the field. He just bounced it to the outside that time. Reverse pivot by that quarterback, and then hand off to the second back through with the fullback leading on the power. This time they'll break that ball, and they'll put 2 receivers to the right-hand side, tight end left, 2 backs. Option action to the left-hand side. Quarterback keeps, and he's going to jump into this
first
secondary.
Down again.
Move the ball to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 for the North Summit Braves. You know, he runs that option action, but it doesn't look like he's really optioning anything. He's looking for a hole to get into is what he's looking for.
He's decided he's going to keep it, and he's finding the best spot he can get to.
Good running back, McMichael, and he is, again, the leading ball carrier on the team, statistically speaking. And I can see why. He keeps that ball in his hands. They're going to run, they're going to have to call timeout, I'm afraid. That's a penalty on they broke the huddle, and then one of the players went to the sideline not knowing what to do. It's a penalty against North Summit. Now they're going to claim timeout. Both teams are going to the sideline. I don't think this is a timeout.
I don't think they got timeout before the referee threw the flag. Now
they're trying to sort this all out. Is he going to pick that flag up and wave it off? Again, the calls are not going Millard's ways. They're going to wave that flag off and grant a timeout to North Summit. So let's go back to the studio for a quick timeout.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Millard's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Millard, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Handoff goes to number 22 on the play, Tristan Wolstenhume once again, after that timeout / an uncalled penalty. And Wolstenhume's going to pick up about 4 on the play. He continues to get good yardage. And again, when you go wishbone, if you can get 4 yards a carry, you stay with it.
Yeah, 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, you got a first down.
Yeah.
Had a Rubalcaba there with a kind of shoelace tackle this to save probably a possible touchdown there.
This time they're going to pitch to the number 35 off that right-hand side. He worms his way through, and he continues to go forward. Millard missing tackles. You know, this is reminiscent of what Millard did on their first drive. Just power the ball, pick up 5-6 yards every play, and end up with a touchdown.
You know, it works on one side. Let's try it on the other side and keep running it up the field.
They're going to pick up about 4 more there, maybe 5. We'll call it 5. It'll be a 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1, deep in Millard territory at the 24-yard line. This is, I'm sure, 4-down territory unless something drastic happens. They come back in the tight formation, wishbone formation, tight into the left side. Handoff, fake the handoff to the first back. Quarterback keeps it, but he's going to get enough for a first down. He only got 1 to maybe 2 on that, but it is enough for the first down.
Right, again, a little bit of an extra lunge at the end just to make sure he picked up the first down.
Whoa, wow. Well, again, angles are bad. They're going to say he did not get the first down, although the down box went to 1 instead of 4.
And both sideline officials had a good 2 steps past the first down marker.
Yeah, now they're going to measure, I think. Even the guy on the down box thought it was first. He put it to first down. Now he's gone to 4th. That was not a good spot for them, I didn't think.
No, it's lost almost a yard on the spot.
And as they stretch the chain out, it indeed is not going to be enough for a first. It's going to be short by a few inches. So we'll say he picked up a yard, but it wasn't quite a yard. It'll be a 4th down and very short for the North Summit Braves. And I would be surprised if they punt here. You think you're going to call a punt, are you?
No, I would go with a quarterback keep and just surge up the middle.
Yeah, he's their best ball carrier, sure-handed. So 4th down and short, wishbone formation. McMichael under center. And he does keep the ball, and everybody jumps on his back and pushes him forward. I think that time they'll give him a spot favorable to the 1st down.
Again, if you're looking at the 2 sideline officials, he's got it by at least a yard.
And they're going to give him, looks like about just barely 1 yard, though, so that's a good stand. So far in this drive, 10 runs, 10 plays, 10 runs, no passes, and they've just pushed it right down Millard's throat.
And all those runs have been basically up the inside, too. They haven't been anything to the outside.
Pitch to the outside this time, and he gets to the outside. It was designed to go inside, but Wolstenhume's bounced to the outside, and he picks up some nice yardage there, but it was designed to go inside. It was the off-tackled pitch out of the wishbone. They'll move the ball ahead to about the 15, just inside the 15-yard line. A pickup of about 9 on the play will give him. That's 11 straight runs for positive yardage.
Millard needed to kind of dig in here and make a good stop.
Stay in that wishbone formation. Tight end to the left-hand side, wide receiver to the right-hand side, reminiscent of what Millard used to do years ago. Pitch again to the number 22, Wolstenhume, off that left-hand side, and he follows his blockers down in there. I don't know. I wouldn't even hazard a guess of whether or not it's first after the last few times we've had. He does get some positive yardage. They're going to say it's a little bit, but not quite enough. So it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and 1 here. I put that down in the stats as a 0, even though there was some yardage, but you can't put 1 because it wasn't 1.
He didn't pick up a yard, according to where they marked it, that's for sure.
They break the bone, setbacks in the backfield. Quarterback keeps it off the right-hand side. And again, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, but powers forward, dragging tacklers ahead for about 3 to 4 yards.
You know, and from here he kind of looks like a kind of a tall, lanky type kid, and Millard's kind of trying to wrap him up, and he just kind of slips through their grasp a little bit and picks up a couple of yards.
It's inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. How can it be 1st and goal when the ball is marked? I guess it must be marked right on the 10-yard line, the nose of it, right on the 10.
So that would be 1st and 10 and the length of the football then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 1st and goal. Well, no, it's the nose of the ball. Therefore, the nose of the ball must be at least touching the 10-yard line. Could we have a close-up on that, cameraman? He says no. 1st and 10, pitch to outside. This time, finally, the Millard Eagles stand up. That's Jason Lowe on the carry. And I believe if that's negative yardage, that is the first out of 13 runs of any negative yardage as they lose a yard on that play.
And I'm not sure even it was a loss of a yard. The down marker over there barely moved and moved back a half a step and set his marker back down.
They still are in the driver's seat, though. They have 1st and 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line. And so far, they've run off. There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. They've run off nearly 8 minutes of this 3rd quarter in this one drive at 3 and 4 yards per carry. They break the bone this time. They're going to go with the twin setbacks, double tight ends, and with wings. Pitch to the outside. Wolstenhume goes in the secondary. He's going to go into the end zone, it looks like to me, and he is in. Wolstenhume with an 11-yard touchdown run as they just run all over Millard on this drive.
Inside, 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 inside. Get down here in the last couple plays, quick to the outside.
Excuse me, I'm corrected. That is number 28, Richens. Carson Richens that they ran in there for that little play. Wolstenhume will be mad because he did all the work all the way up and down the field. But they're going to say that is Carson Richens now. Excuse me.
He probably had the lead block, too.
So into kick now is Portillo to attempt the extra point as North Summit has gone ahead 13-7 here. A extra point pending. The kick is up. It doesn't get over very far, but they're going to say it was over. So the kick was good by Portillo to put North Summit up 14-7 over the Millard Eagles. We'll go back to studio for a quick timeout.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
Welcome back to Millard High School. The kickoff, it goes deep, it goes right through Brunson's hands, and then it rolls into the end zone. Though even though he touched the ball, again, the ruling is the ball of its own impetus went through his hands and into the end zone, that he did not knock the ball into the end zone. So they will get it back out on the 20-yard line. A great break for the Millard Eagles.
And, you know, having watched that kick, it was kind of an unusual, it looked more like a helicopter type spin as the ball went flying down the field rather than an end-over-end normal kickoff.
Millard will have it 1st and 10, first possession of this second half. They're in the inverted bone, back to pass is Cranny rolling out to his left-hand side, looking downfield. That ball is intercepted.
It is.
Intercepted. Great play as the I can't get a number here, but he moved right in front of a diving
12,
catch.
Quarterback.
And that is the quarterback as Cranny attempts that pass. He had a receiver there, but it was a great play by McMichael. And North Summit will get it back immediately as a bad break. That's the second turnover for the Millard Eagles in this game. North Summit also has 2 turnovers. And McMichael and company will be back in business. At the Millard 31-yard line.
And Millard now definitely needs to stop him here.
The last drive was a 15-play, 59-yard touchdown, 15 running plays. So they come right out and throw it after all the success that they've had. Now they come out and throw it. They have to try and loosen up the Millard defense.
Spread out the defense a little bit, make him honor those receivers on the outside.
They say it was complete. I did not get the number of who it was complete to, but it's +2 for 2 yards. So the first pass of the second half. And I guess, you know, realistically, they are in 4-down territory, so they didn't need that play if they'd gotten nothing out of it.
And instead they pick up 2 yards at least.
Quarterback fakes the handoff to the fullback, then he jumps to the inside just out through the C gap. Excuse me, that might have been the B gap, just outside of his guard. And he's going to get some positive yardage now as they can't stop McMichael even when they hit him at the line of scrimmage. He's running too strong.
And again, the quarterback, and I don't know if it's a read or a set call, but he's faking that to that fullback, first man through, pulling it back out, hesitating, finding an opening, and then picking up positive yards.
That'll make it now a 3rd down and about 3 yards to go for the North Summit Braves in the wishbone formation. Fake the handoff to the first back, but McMichael just powers forward. In fact, him and his running back ran into each other. And he just bounces forward anyway and gets enough for a 1st down as he picks up about 5 yards.
That time it looked like he just stood up and decided, I'm going to run this, and the heck with my running back.
Well, his running back ran into him. He's still standing there wondering why he didn't get the ball. But then he powers forward, and they can't stop McMichael. Now North Summit with the ball right at the 20-yard line of the Millard Eagles, and Millard in a desperate situation here. They need to stop a turnover, something big right now in the worst way. Wishbone formation for North Summit. Again, fake to the handoff to the first back. I don't believe he's got the ball. He was tackled, and maybe finally they stopped McMichael. It looks like they're still going to give him, well, maybe a yard, but they finally stopped McMichael on a play.
I think that time they just said, you know what, you've got the dive back and I've got the quarterback, and we're tackling them whether they got the ball or not.
Well, they hit the running back, number 28. They hit him quick and early. That was Carson Richens. He went nowhere, and then McMichael was stopped after a 1-yard gain, it looks like. So they stay in that wishbone formation. Strong left. Back to pass is McMichael. He throws out on the wing to the wide receiver. Little curl pattern to the wide receiver out there on the right-hand side. It's complete. And it's going to move the ball inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a first and goal. They're looking at it. All right,
there you go.
Finally, okay, first and goal. And it'll be just inside, we'll say at the 9-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 on that play. And it's first and goal. They stay in the wishbone. Pitch to the tailback, the second running back. That's Tristan Wolstenhume. I'll say that again unless I'm corrected. But Wolstenhume this time buried under a wall of blue. And they're going to say no gain on the play.
3 Millard defensive players standing there waiting for him on that play.
And it'll be second and goal from the 10-yard line. We're looking at some injury recovery time on the sideline. Is that Carter? Carter?
Yeah, maybe.
The big lineman for Millard Eagles that come. Back to pass is McMichael rolling to his right-hand side. He's a left-handed quarterback. He's in trouble back there. And the big play that Millard was talking about. And they're going to kill the play. Holy smokes.
Didn't stop on the whistle.
Well, they were falling down together. He was wrapped up. They were falling down. They kind of fell down together. And they're going to say he roughed the passer on the. So that'll be an automatic first down. So what would have been a sack of about 15 to 20 yards will be an advantage for North Summit because they'll start over with a first down wherever this ball is.
Probably inside the 10-yard line, won't it?
Well, they're starting from the 10-yard line. I don't know why there. The flag was thrown at the 30.
Where are we marking this off from?
So after the mark off, it'll go back to the 10-yard line. It'll go back to the 10-yard line, but I believe it'll be a first down because it was a personal foul against the defense.
They haven't changed the box over there and haven't signaled anything over here. But we're marking it ready to play.
Okay, well, they're going to leave it second down then, down over. But again, that was the break Millard was looking for. And as you watch on the replay, they were going down, but he pulled back. Anyway, second down and goal. Now Millard jumps off sides. So that'll mark it down to the 5-yard line. So far in the second half, Millard has run one play for interception. They have no yardage offensively. They have minus 35
on the
in
defense,
penalties.
On penalties.
So North Summit will now have it second and goal from the 5-yard line. They break the bone, split backs in the backfield, wing right. And the handoff to the first back through. This time everybody jumped after the quarterback. They hand off to the first back through, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. And was that
I was watching the quarterback get tackled back here and then looked up and realized he had no football in his hand.
22 is the one they're congratulating. That's Tristan Wolstenhume. That's a 5-yard TD. And things are looking mighty grim for the Millard Eagles. Like I said, 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Millard has had the ball for one offensive play. And now Millard is going to be penalized. The sideline is going to be penalized because the coaches have been on the official too much, apparently. And now they're going to throw it again.
And throw somebody out.
They're going to throw the head coach out. It's always the head coach first. So Coach Myers apparently has been thrown out of the ball game for mouthing off to the official. And the official's not done yet either.
And he's pointing at somebody else over here on the fence.
Well, I don't know. This doesn't look good for the Millard Eagles. Okay, well, when the dust clears, we're still looking for an extra point try over here. We probably should have gone back to the studio for timeouts so we didn't have to watch all of that. As they continue to try and straighten things out here. That will be half the distance to the goal. Not that that matters. Okay, when all the dust settles, Portillo is still there to attempt an extra point. Snap is down. Portillo's kick is wobbly, but they're going to call it good. So the kick is good by Portillo. That puts North Summit up 21-7 at the end of the third quarter. Let's go back to the studio for another quick timeout.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
What's inside your kid? A teacher, an engineer, a musician, an accountant, a doctor, or maybe a scientist. Your kid has what it takes to excel and succeed, but they may not know it. You can help them unlock their potential and find out what's inside. Partner up with their teachers and coaches. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Okay, we misspoke before on the penalty is marked off on the kickoff. So North Summit kicks from Millard's 45, and obviously then it goes in the end zone. So it'll be a dead ball, and it will come out on the 20-yard line as the penalty was assessed on the kickoff. So in one whole quarter of play to this point, with 10 seconds left in the third quarter, Millard has one offensive play, and it was an interception.
So, and two big defensive penalties to keep North Summit moving up the field.
So now Millard will have it at their 20-yard line. 1st and 10. They put a man in motion. Hand off the second back through on the counter back to the other side. That's Rubalcaba. He's going to go off that left-hand side on the counter. And now there's another penalty flag. This has gotten ugly. Don't know who that's on. He did gain probably 2 yards on that, as Rubalcaba did, as the first carry. That was thrown by the back judge deep in the secondary. You never know what they see back there. Well, let's go back to the studio for a timeout. There's 1 second left in the third quarter. The quarter break will be coming up. Let's go back to the studio and hear from our sponsors.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season, and Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electric. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Welcome back to Millard. We sorted out all the nastiness. We'll start the fourth quarter now with Millard with a 1st and 20. Deep in their own territory. Hand off to Brunson. He goes off the right-hand side. He's going to make some positive yardage here. And we'll move the ball out to about the 15-yard line, maybe the 16.
High snap again that Skylar had to kind of jump to get that one down and then still get the handoff made.
Yeah, they've flirted with danger this whole game with that, haven't they? And it'll be 2nd down now and 14. Millard again in the inverted bone. Motion across with Alcala. Back to pass. Tipped out to Brunson. They're going to say it's an incomplete pass, not a lateral.
That was generous.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous there as the ball was tipped by the defensive lineman of North Summit. Falls incomplete. They bring up a 3rd down and 14 now. Ball resting about the 16-yard line. Inverted bone, but the pistol formation for the quarterback. Snap comes back. They got 2 receivers out. Run the curl on the outside to Austin Wardle. Reception by Austin Wardle.
Good pickup
He
there.
moves the ball out to about the 34, 35-yard line. A great pickup there, and that'll be enough for 1st and 10. Great play by the Millard Eagles on that play.
And maybe that'll be the one that gets them going here.
Could be. That's a great pickup, about 20 yards there by the Eagles. Moves the ball out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Millard Eagles. And they'll come back in the inverted bone. Cranny will be up under center in this time. I'll call it in motion to the right-hand side. Run the counter to the backside to Rubalcava. He'll move it across to about the 37-yard line. Positive pickup of 2 yards on the play. Ball just at the 37-yard line. 10 minutes and 47 seconds left in the ball game. Millard needs to have a little bit of a excitable spirit here and move things quickly.
Move it up the field, move it quickly up the field.
In and out of the huddle more quickly.
Get the ball back and score again.
2nd down and 8. Inverted bone. I'll call it in motion once again. Back to passes. Cranny looking to the inside. He throws it deep. He's hit as he throws. The ball's going to come down in the hands of North Summit as they play back on the ball. Run back now across the 50, across the 45 to the 40. Intercepting the ball there, number 23, Cameron Smith, picking off the pass. And again, the quarterback Cranny hit as he threw it, and the receiver never saw it to come back.
And I think the hit got to Skylar just as he was getting ready to unload it. Couldn't get anything on it, hung up in the air, and the defensive back was right there to pick it off.
So North Summit back on the offensive now at the Millard 40-yard line. And, a drive that looked like it had some promise to it comes short now. And Millard will be back on the defensive. North Summit splits the bone. They'll got the 2 receivers at the left-hand side, split backs in the backfield. McMichael follows his blocker through the right-hand side and looks for a hole to get into, gets just off the outside edge of the offense, and is going to be tackled there at about the 39-yard line. Pickup of 1. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's all we see the rest of this half. This quarter is McMichael here, McMichael there, and Woolstenhume occasionally. Just moving the ball ahead and playing defense and playing cautious.
Pick up a yard or 2. If they get something good, get 3 or 4, and maybe pick up a 1st down.
If not, punt, pin them deep. Millard hasn't done anything since the first drive of the first quarter, so pin them deep and play D. McMichael handoff to the right-hand side. He's going to give that to Woolstenhume. Wolstenholme will get some positive yardage out across to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 at the 35-yard line with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left and the clock counting down. And again, North Summit is taking their time, as they should. They're not hurrying to the line like they were in that first half.
Just going to say that the first half and third quarter, they were hurrying there before the ball was even ready to be placed in play.
They will stay in the wishbone. McMichael under center. Back to pass, looking to pass, throw to the outside now to Smith out there, number 23, and it's going to be a positive catch for a 1st down as he's going to move the ball ahead to about the 26-yard line, and it will be a 1st down there, as that's a pickup of about 9 yards. And again, you don't have to do a lot with the passing game. You just complete one here and there, and that's all you do is that little curl to the outside, and he's able to get to a 1st down. Cranny in on the tackle, and Mao also, I believe, on the tackle out there. But too little, too late, and North Summit back on the offensive with a 1st down at the Millard 25-yard line.
And even though it was a pass, it's one of those, it's a pretty safe type pass.
Reverse out, second back through. That's number 15 that time into the ball game. Braxton Northrup running, a sophomore, number 15 on the carry. And he's going to go nowhere. They're going to give him a yard. Okay. 1 yard gain. But again, they're not worried about yardage. They're worried about
just
time.
Get the clock to run and keep it running. Keep the ball in their possession, and they'll go home happy.
So they come to the line of scrimmage. They're going to break that bone, go double wide receivers. Actually, it's a wing and a tight end on this side. Hand off to the first back through. He's hit by one Millard player, bounces off, and goes forward for a few more yards. And that's number 28 on the carry, Carson Richens. And he just power off that right-hand side. One tackler runs right by him. Involved in that tackle is Rodriguez and also Watcott and Hoyos. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 now. Again, North Summit breaks out of that bone. Tries to draw Millard off. That's no good. Again, off that right-hand side. It's just a straight ahead give through the B gap. And the North Summit player gets up, looks like maybe cramping up a little bit, as that is number 28, once again, Richens. Now they're going to bring the ball way over here to put it down to determine if it's a 1st down.
And then bring the chains clear across the field.
Okay, they'll call a timeout to measure this. Let's go back to the studio for a 30-second timeout.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger. Get a free Oreo ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr. For a limited time at participating restaurants. Limit 1 per customer with purchase of Texas Barbecue Thick Burger combo. Oreos is a registered trademark of Kraft Foods.
Welcome back to Millard High School. The results of the measurement is a 1st down for the North Summit Braves and giving them a 1st down at about the Millard 16-yard line. Again, this is Dennis Aldridge along with Mike Louder bringing you the action. We also have in with us tonight Mike Trena running all the machinery and keeping us straight. He's usually the voice of athletics in this area, but he went behind the camera today. We appreciate all his technical know-how. He owes me $5 for that plug.
Maybe he'll buy you a dinner someplace.
Yeah, well, maybe. That'll be 1st and 10 for North Summit as they go back to the bone formation with the tight end to the right side, so it's a bone strong right. And they're going to let the clock run as they're now into that let the clock run. The back judge begins to count. They hand off. No, they don't hand off to the first back. It's the quarterback again as he just weaves until he finds a hole to go through and finally gets down inside the 10-yard line, it looks like, just inside. And a pickup of about 5 to 6 on the play by the quarterback, McMichael. He's tough. Yeah, he follows blocks well, finds a place to land.
Just kind of keeps going down the line, down the line, down the line until he finds a little seam and then jumps forward.
So North Summit back to the line of scrimmage in the wishbone formation. This time they'll go strong left with the wishbone. McMichael under center, gives to the first back through. Looks like the first back actually took the ball away from him.
He's tired of him not sharing.
28, Carson Richens, and they've stopped the clock. Looks like it might be a first down. And they're going to look at it. They said third down then. He made that call without the ball even being on the field. The umpire was holding it. So 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the ball game. Millard down 21-7. North Summit inside the 10 with a third down and 1. And again in the wishbone formation. McMichael on the keep. This time he'll move the ball inside the 5-yard line. And it'll be a first and goal for the North Summit Braves.
It looked to me like on that play, maybe a little miscommunication or something, but about half the line went before the quarterback even had the ball.
Well, whatever they did, it was effective. 5 minutes and 25 seconds and counting. And they didn't call it. There was some movement, but there was no call. So North Summit will have it now as Carter comes off the field. They were taping him earlier. He is holding the shoulder, so he's not feeling well. McMichael fakes the handoff, whirls back inside and goes on his own, and he's going to be down close to the goal line.
2-yard line?
Looks like it's about the 2-yard line there. And it'll be second and goal from that point. McMichael, Woolston, Hume, and Richens are the ones that are doing everything. They've had all the carries but one in this fourth quarter. McMichael will wait for the count to start by the back judge, set his troops. He's just going to go straight ahead and into the end zone. Power straight in, straight ahead. That's a touchdown, McMichael, on a 2-yard run. That'll make the score 27-7.
North Summit's got a couple of big linemen. Number 61 is a Boyer over there on that left guard position. He takes up a lot of room there.
Portillo on the kick. The kick is up, and it's good once again. So that'll make the score 28-7 for North Summit, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Welcome back. The kickoff by Portillo goes down to about the 15-yard line. Austin Wardle receives it and runs it back to about the 34-yard line, the 33-yard line, we'll say. First and 10 for the Millard Eagles. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left in a ball game where they now trail 28-7. And it doesn't get much easier for Millard because next week they go to Summit Academy. And Summit Academy beat North Summit last week. And Summit Academy's doing decent against South Summit.
Yeah, the last I checked on that score, it was 21-10 still. So
Cranny will run off the right-hand side on a scramble. We're looking to pass, but then he'll keep it and run. And he will go down and out of bounds. It looks like they're going to say he was in bounds now. They wind the clock. But he makes a pickup of about 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd down and 6 now from the Millard 37-yard line. A lot would have to happen here for Millard. This doesn't happen very often with a ball control offense.
Millard's not known for a quick scoring, that it's more of a possession type game.
Well, and you got McMichael standing back there 20 yards now too. Snap goes over the head of Cranny. He's trying to throw it out here to Wardle, and it's going to be, well, I don't know about that. It was completed, but there is a penalty flag down. This will probably be roughing the quarterback finally in favor of the Millard Eagles. Alcala did come back and make a great catch on the ball, but he was going the wrong direction. Actually, it would have been a loss on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So Millard gets a little bit back. That's the first penalty against the North Summit Braves in this second half.
And, you know, give North Summit credit. They've come out the second half and played and done what they needed to do. Very disciplined. Run the ball. And Millard hasn't been able to stop them. And then Millard, when they do get an opportunity, kind of shoots themselves in the foot.
Exactly. They have really established themselves as the dominant team in the second half, as you pointed out. Just pounded the ball right down the heart of the Millard defense. Millard comes out on the pistol offense now. Granny back, takes the ball, quick pass to the right hand side. It's complete, but minimal gain on the play as North Summit is getting to the ball very, very quickly. Now they're trying to even things up as the back judge is going to come up here. Looks like he's going to throw a penalty for roughing out of bounds. There's some kind of personal foul on the other side.
Probably taunting. It kind of looked like that the defensive player, after the play was over with, kind of get up and screamed in his face.
And the back judge had to come from clear down the field to make that throw over there.
Yeah, he needs a little exercise tonight.
And again, we're trying to sort this out and make sure everybody understands what's going on as we watch the replay, try to see what happens here. Did not catch what that was. And they're still trying to discuss what's going on over there. If they end up throwing that on Miller, this could be a riot.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good call at this point in time.
No.
And
we watched the replay. They go down out of bounds. I did not see what happened. They are going to call the personal foul against North Summit, the unsportsmanlike conduct. You don't know if that was a player, a bench, or what. But this is the first positive yardage Miller's got on the last two penalties. That's 30 yards.
And just as we were saying how disciplined North Summit was about doing what they needed to do, a couple penalties on their behalf.
Millard will take it 1st and 10 now at the 34-yard line or 33-yard line of North Summit. And time is in essence here, 3 minutes left in the game. Rubalcaba in motion. Cranny back to pass. He fakes the pass. He's being pressed from behind. He better get rid of it. He finally does get rid of it. Goes deep. And Austin Wardle goes up and is bobbled up and down. And his fight for the ball is going to be determined incomplete, as it looked like North Summit had made another interception. And Austin Wardle had to turn into a defender there to keep that from being an interception.
Reached back and grabbed that out of the defensive back's hand as he was up in the air with it. Waiting to see if the official was going to throw a flag on roughing the passer on that one too, but he didn't.
Fans were screaming for it. Looked like Cranny got hit in the middle of the back after he released it, but no flag thrown. And it'll be 2nd down now and 10. 2:49 left in the game. Cranny fakes the handoff, rolling to his right side. That's going to be complete.
That's up to the little kids.
They were open, though. Little kid up on the sideline, up on the other field, was open. So that's an incomplete pass. Roll into the short side of the field like that and then have really no options of anywhere to go.
Well defended, no place to throw it, and just throw it out of bounds.
And again, the receiver generally that's open on that is the backside receiver. Because you're rolling to the short side, everybody's rolling with you. The backside receiver should be the one that's open. They'll come up again in the inverted bone. And Rubalcaba in motion. Back to pass once again, rolling out to his left is Cranny. Lets the ball go. It goes off Wardle's head. Goes through his hands, bounces off his helmet, and goes out of bounds, incomplete. Again, probably should have been completed right there.
And big number 60, Mason Richens for North Summit, was right there as Skyler delivered the ball. Put a lick on Skyler again.
Yeah. And again, as we watch on the replay, if we get that far along, the ball decently thrown. At the end of play there, you don't see it, but it does go through Wardle's hands and bounces right off the front of his helmet. Be 4th down now and 10 for the Millard Eagles with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. Millard goes trips left now, single setback is Brunson. Going to run a draw play. Haven't seen one of those in years.
And
draw play by Brunson, heading to the outside,
down.
cuts back to the inside, and maybe they ought to run it more often, as that's quite a pickup there of about 15, 16 yards. Let's make that 20 yards on that pickup by Brunson. Moving the ball down to about the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Millard Eagles. You don't see the draw very often anymore.
Not in high school.
So that'll be a nice pickup, 2 minutes and 25 seconds and counting.
Well called, well-designed play, though, at that point in time that North Summit was expecting a pass, and everybody had left it wide open for up the middle.
Again, Cranny rolling out, throws to the short side receiver. That's head of Rubalcaba. He breaks one tackle, goes into the end zone, does Rubalcaba for a touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Cranny to Rubalcaba. A little late, but it was nice. He does break one touchdown, nice block. He gets, breaks one tackle. And in to kick the extra point will be Paco Alcala, number 41, with an attempt to kick the extra point. It's down, the kick is up.
Right through the middle.
And the kick is good by Alcala. So 2 minutes left, it's 14-28. I would assume we'll probably get an onside kick here. Let's go back to studio for a 30-second timeout.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Foodtown in Fillmore. Dwayne's Foodtown prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Foodtown, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Onside kick attempt by Alcala. Got a nice bounce out of the thing, but the good hands people were on the front line for North Summit, and that ball is recovered by number 10.
Have you heard?
Cason DeForest, a senior. But all of the numbers on the front line were all running backs, receivers, quarterbacks.
And well coached to say, you know what, when that comes to you, don't be a hero, just cover it up.
They did get a nice bounce. It bounced off of him, but he's able to drop right on it. So North Summit will have control of the ball with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. And at their own 47-yard line. Wishbone formation. Pitch to Rulstenhume off the left-hand side. Hit at the line of scrimmage, dragged forward for about 5 yards, Woolstenhume.
And the surprising thing was, well, North Summit kind of hurried on that one, too, to get it going.
About one first down would end this thing. Now they've marked it back across the 50-yard line the other way after the box was set. I don't know.
Loss of one with no play run, is that how that works?
It'll be right at the 50, so we'll say now it wasn't a 4 or 5 yard gain, it was a 3-yard gain. Second down and 7. Wishbone formation, waiting for the count to start. McMichael takes it straight ahead, quarterback sneak, not sneak, just power. And he's going to move the ball out to about the 42 42-yard line, 47-yard line on the Millard side of the ball now. Timeout, Millard. Let's go back to studio real quick.
Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
Welcome back to Millard High School. On the carry, I believe, was Wollstonhume as he went off the left-hand side. Powers the ball down to the 40-yard line of the Millard Eagles. It looks like the 39-yard line, technically. And it'll be enough for 1st and 10 as he picks up about 5 on the play. 1st and 10, and that should just about do it as there's a minute left. And with that first down, North Summit really can kneel on this a couple of times and she's all over. Good victory for the North Summit Braves. As again, we were saying who's going to be proven here, who's going to show what they've got, and North Summit has shown some good things. McMichael does take a knee.
Almost a completely different team the second half after they came out of the locker room at half. They came out ready to play and got things done and executed. And on the other side of the ball, Millard just didn't do it.
Yeah, Millard kind of caught him napping that first quarter, and then after that, North Summit has really been in control of the ball game. One more kneel down, that'll about do it. As if there's a penalty flag there comes the penalty flag.
Thinking about it.
And maybe he's going to keep it in his pocket and decide just let it go.
Talk to them, tell them to behave themselves.
I think he was afraid of the booze on that one, but it was a penalty. Millard knocked their player on top of somebody else when the quarterback's already kneeling down. That you can't do that. Well, that's the ball game here, 28-14 for the North Summit Braves. If they've come in here to Millard High School and gotten the victory, congratulations to North Summit as they'll move on into region play. They do have one loss. Now Millard also has one loss, but Millard will go to Summit Academy next week. So we'll go back to the studio for 3 minutes, then we'll be back with the Sunrise Engineering post-game show.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
What's inside your kid? A teacher, an engineer, a musician, an accountant, a doctor, or maybe a scientist. Your kid has what it takes to excel and succeed, but they may not know it. You can help them unlock their potential and find out what's inside. Partner up with their teachers and coaches. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Welcome back to Millard High School. Again, we've just finished the ball game, and the final score 28 for North Summit and 14 for the Millard Eagles. Millard scored the first touchdown of the game. They scored the last touchdown of the game, but in between there wasn't too much to be happy about in that ball game.
No, North Summit came out the second half and kind of took it to Millard and marched it up the field, and Millard didn't have an answer for it.
This is the Sunrise Engineering postgame show. Again, Sunrise Engineering, a local company with reach throughout the Intermountain West, offices throughout the area, into Arizona, up north. Do a lot of great things, again, for local high schools, and also especially for Millard High School, as they are a local entity, and we appreciate them. A great opportunity to have them here with us doing the things that they do for us. Speaking, what can you say?
Like I said, North Summit came out at halftime and acted like they were ready to play, and we're going to run the football and we're going to do what we want to do, and Millard let them go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they the first half, North Summit tried a lot of things. I was impressed with it. I thought, that looks pretty good, but they were not being very successful with it. The second half, like you said, they came out in that little wishbone formation, and they just pounded it down the throat of the Millard Eagles. The first drive of the third quarter was a 15-play, 59-yard play, and every one of them was a run. 15 plays. They took, 9 minutes off the clock. And Millard ran one play, which was an interception, and then North Summit took it again and drove it down and stuck it in again. So in the whole third quarter, Millard ran 3 plays.
Yeah,
3 plays. One was an interception.
2 were interceptions.
In fact, 2 were interceptions. Yeah. So that was a dismal quarter for the Millard Eagles, but North Summit really firmly in control that third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, they were able to just coast. Then they got another touchdown, but they were able to coast. So a very convincing win by North Summit, and that puts them in the driver's seat as far as Millard is concerned. Millard has been a little bit exposed, and I said it in the Enterprise ball game. In the second half of the Enterprise ball game, Millard seemed to be in control in the first part of that ball game. But if we go back and look, I hope it wasn't prophetic, but I said the way Enterprise has run the ball on Millard in the second half, I'm very concerned about when we get to North Summit. And it proved to be true. We could not stop Enterprise in the second half of that ball game. We beat them 44-22, but we could not stop their running offense in that second half. And that really worried me about the overall game plan or the overall defense against good running teams. We've just seen a good running team.
And we still have yet to see South Summit and Summit Academy,
which are still yet to come. So let's go back to studio again for another 3-minute timeout. Then we'll be back with more of the Sunrise Engineering postgame show.
Okay, it's time to pop the top on another canning season And Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply in Fillmore has you covered. Bottles, lids, pectin, and, well, hey, Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply also has juicers, dehydrators, apple peelers, and more. Okay, let's take the stress and frustration out of your canning season with the proper equipment and supplies from Fillmore Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is proud to bring you this presentation. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local schools, community organizations, and economy. The Intermountain Power Project consistently ranks among the best of America's coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta, Millard, and Juab High Schools.
Tasting notes for the Carl's Jr. Texas Barbecue Thick Burger by Texas race car legend Terry Labonte.
Boy, there's nothing better than a juicy char-broiled burger. But when you pile on fried jalapenos and mouth-watering barbecue brisket, smoked for hours and hours and slathered in mesquite barbecue sauce, you got a Texas winner.
The Texas Barbecue Thick Burger. Get a free Oreo ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr. For limited time at participating restaurants. Limit 1 per customer with purchase of Texas Barbecue Thick Burger combo. Oreos is a registered trademark of Kraft Foods.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Welcome back once again to Fillmore, Utah. We are in the Sunrise Engineering postgame show. And at least for the Millard Eagles, the bright spots of the postgame show, there's not a whole lot. Some quick statistics. In the second half, Millard rushed the ball 5 times for 34 yards. Overall in the game, they rushed it 31 times for 119 yards. And again, most of those yards was on the first drive of the first quarter. They threw the ball in the second half 8 times, completed 2 for 34 yards, had 2 interceptions and another near miss. Overall, they threw it, completed 4 out of 14 for 39 yards total on the game. For the North Summit Braves, I keep wanting to say Wolves, everybody's a Wolf, but the North Summit Braves, they in the second half ran it 33 times for 115 yards. On the game, they were 46 carries for 201 yards on the ground. And again, that first impressive drive of the third quarter, 15-play, 59-yard drive.
Yeah, 15 of those 33 runs came in that first offensive series.
And they just completely controlled that line of scrimmage. And again, it was only 4 or 5 yards a carry, but that's all you need. They threw the ball 3 times, completed all 3 for 16 yards. On the game, they were 8 of 16 for 42 yards. So very efficient there. And again, the first few passes they threw were nowheresville. A huge stat that sticks out for us in the game. On penalties, Millard had 120 yards in penalties against them.
And they had how many yards of total offense, did you say? 119?
119 rushing and 39 passing.
I think that leaves 38 yards total.
Yeah, after the penalties. 120 yards, 60 yards in the first half, 60 yards in the second half. North Summit had one 15-yarder in the second half, and they had three 5-yarders in the first half. So inconsequential to them because you're going to get some of those. But that's the way it goes, and that's why North Summit won the ball game. Quickly a rehash of some of the scoring drives. We got some replays here. Again, the first touchdown of the game was by Bartholomew, and it looked like things were going to be great for the Millard Eagles at that point in time. They're up 7-0 early in the ball game. The first drive, they did to North Summit what North Summit did the rest of the game, which was marched right down the field and stuck it in. The next touchdown was a 35-yarder by North Summit by number 35, coincidentally, for 35 yards, Jason Lowe. Right up the middle, bounces to the outside right, and takes off for the end zone to knot the score at 7-7. And that's kind of the way we went to the locker room at halftime to make some adjustments. We come out of the locker room. North Summit's got the ball on the opening kickoff of the third quarter. That's where they ran that 15-play drive, resulting in a touchdown by number 28, Carson Richens, to put North Summit up 14-7. Later in that quarter, North Summit again, a touchdown by Woolstenhume, number 22, just a quick power. Millard looked everywhere but the right place as they were unable to find Richens, and he goes into the end zone for. And then the final touchdown for North Summit is a quarterback carry right up the middle, and as you see him go through on the replay, touchdown, he was barely touched into the end zone, making the score 28-7. The final score for Millard came on a touchdown pass from Skylar Cranny to number 41, 14 Rubalcava, and he goes into the end zone, making the score 14-28 for North Summit. And a great game for North Summit. We wish them well as they move forward in the games that they have left. And Millard, of course, goes back to the drawing board as they've got some big things to figure out how to stop a running game and how to score some points as they look forward to Summit Academy. We'll go back to the studio for one final timeout, then we'll be back with the.
Are you ready for a weekend away? Jorgensen's Honda is the place to start. They carry a full line of RVs to make that trip a lasting memory. With models like Yellowstone, Conquest, Amerilite, and Canyon Trail, you can find the perfect fit. For great fun and comfort, check out the full line of RVs at Jorgensen's Honda. Dennis or Mike can help you out. Stop by today at 980 South Coveview Road in Richfield, or give them a call at 435-896-6408.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Have you heard? Central Valley Medical Center is now providing orthopedic surgery. That's right, Dr. Joel Holman is a full-time orthopedic surgeon practicing in Nephi. You no longer need to drive to the Wasatch Front for hip replacement, knee replacement, fracture care, hand surgery, and general orthopedic care. Dr. Holman completed a residency in general orthopedics and a fellowship in hand surgery at the U of U and sees patients in the Nephi Medical Clinic inside Central Valley Medical Center. Call 435-623-3633, 623-3633.
What's inside your kid? A teacher, an engineer, a musician, an accountant, a doctor, or maybe a scientist. Your kid has what it takes to excel and succeed, but they may not know it. You can help them unlock their potential and find out what's inside. Partner up with their teachers and coaches. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back once again. Post-game show, Sunrise Engineering post-game show. We appreciate them for sponsoring these post-game shows. Just a quick housekeeping for the Millard Eagles. Again, next week they go to Summit Academy. That is in the Draper area. Make sure you get the addresses that you need so that you can get there where you're supposed to be. It'll be the first time for a lot of us going to Summit Academy. Summit Academy, it will not be on the radio or the TV. And again, Poses some real problems for Millard as they beat North Summit and have played well against South Summit tonight, so they are a credible opponent. Then we have homecoming on October 3rd. That will be Gunnison here. That will be on the radio and TV. So we appreciate, again, the TV station and the television station for helping us in carrying those games. Then they go to Layton Academy here the week after Gunnison, and then the all-important game at South Summit to finish the season. So Millard has some things to do. The coaches, I'm sure, are working on it already. We'd like to, before we say goodbye, give a shout-out to our sponsors and appreciate them: Stevens Feed, Miller's Subway, Kern River Gas, Floel Electric, Intermountain Power, Carl's Jr., Roper Lumber, Fillmore City, Duane's Food Town, Service Drug of Fillmore, Sunrise Engineering, the Fillmore Community Medical Center, Millard County Credit Union, the Fillmore Shell and IFA, Centricom Channel 10, Jorgensen's Honda, Central Valley Medical Center, Snow College, SUU, and Sunrise Engineering. Once again, we appreciate them making these broadcasts possible, and Mike Trana for being here and leading us to the promised land of broadcasting as he has tonight, so carefully and in so much quality over there sitting next to us. And it's a good thing he doesn't have a microphone, so he can't rebut everything I'm saying. This is Dennis Aldridge and Mike Louder, and for Mike, we're saying goodbye and thank you once again.
You've been listening to exciting high school football action on South Central Utah's sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school football action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.